Alright, and this is video 2 of my Jurassic World Hasbro toy reviews and unboxings. To this video, I am going to do the Growler for Blue, the Lights and Sound Growler for Blue. And here's the Dimorphodon, which I will review in a separate video. Real quick, you can activate both features that Blue has inside the box itself. So, press the side wound, again, and then the tail for the other sound. Overall, the packaging art is very attractive. Although it's disappointing that they don't have any custom art inserts, perhaps of the Velociraptor illustrated, or maybe an action scene, I like it. It displays in the box really nicely, and it uses the Jurassic World themed key art in a really nice manner. I love the Indominus Rex skin in the background, especially with the red scutes and the way it fades from blue to white. On the back of the box, it's again pretty similar to the Indominus Rex. It shows the toy, and it shows the logo, it has the name, and then it kind of has a little bit of safety warnings as well as different disclaimers. If you go up, you have the authentic mark of Jurassic World, and then it shows you how to activate the sounds. Nothing too interesting, pretty typical. Bottom of the box is pretty simple again. You just have a lot of the typical information as well as showing some of the lineup. Okay, so I'm going to get started on opening this and try not to cut my fingers off, because, I mean, well, that might actually help for YouTube views. It would just be a little bit of a twist that I didn't expect to put on the video. Okay, so I can pop the bottom of the box open right there, and, oh, cool. There is a guide inside there with some kind of traditional Jurassic Park, Jurassic World style art, showing you how to activate the sounds, and all the safety warnings and battery replacement methods. Nothing else, no ads, nothing else really inside there. Notice it doesn't say Velociraptor Blue there, it just says Velociraptor. It makes me wonder if there's going to be other Velociraptors coming out using the same mold, but with a different paint scheme that are just going to have the same insert. Okay, so I'm going to set that to the side and pop this open. Again, it seems like there's tape on the sides, so I am not sure where. This one's going to be a little bit more complicated to open without destroying the box. Aha. Pop that out. Actually, that was it. These assemble and deassemble real nice. I'll probably use a speed up for this part.
Sorry, blue. It's nothing on right now.
Okay, and just like that, we can just pop them right out. And we have our Jurassic World Raptor Growler Blue figure. Whoops. Give me a second. Okay, and there is Blue out of the package. Stands pretty easily, actually. I'm surprised because the feet are really small. I thought I was going to have some trouble with it. So the legs are actually pretty tight to the body. Well, that wasn't a good example. This one takes some motion to get it to move. Now for the bad news, the arms reset to their default positions because they're tied to the tail mechanism. However, you can kind of, if you push them up, you kind of feel the gears go into new defaults. But I'm going to set that at a spot. That looks good. He's stuck in this pose. His head and mouth do not move, but it's a pretty cool looking pose, to be honest with you. There's a lot of nice paint work over it. It's not exactly film accurate, but there's a decent amount of detail to this. And it's surprisingly big. It's larger than the Jurassic Park 3 style Growlers. On the other side, you have the screw holes, unfortunately, though they're not as prominent or as noticeable as screw holes on the Indominus Rex. You have the sound box piece right there. You have the battery replacement compartment, which surprisingly doesn't have the brand information. All the brand information, it's really hard to see, is right here. You have the Universal and Emblem 2015 Hasbro logo right there. And there's the item, and again you have the Jurassic World, the authentic Jurassic World mark right there. Again, you can see Blue has a ton of nice paintwork detail, especially in the eyes. As you pan down the body, you'll see the sculpt actually has a good amount of detail, something that the Indominus Rex was lacking a little bit for its size. It was there, it just wasn't there as strongly as we are used to. Pan down, and yes, the Raptors have sickle claws. However, they were never missing sickle claws, not the Growlers at least. It's the Titan Raptors, the Titan class Raptors that do not have the sickle claws. The final builds do not have sickle claws. The Raptors in the movie do have sickle claws. And let's just activate the lights and sound wound. Again, you just give it a little press, the sound activates, and the lights light up to make it look like a more active wound. It's a pretty cool feature. I wasn't sure what I would think about lights inside of a Jurassic World toy, since it's something that was reserved for generic toys for the most part in the past. But they utilized it in a pretty cool way. And let's go to the others. This is kind of hard to do with one hand. So I'm pretty surprised. This is a really nice sculpt. It has a dynamic pose, and it's one of the most accurate Jurassic Park Velociraptors to date. It is very well worth the $14.99 price tag, and I highly recommend it for any collector out there. It's a really fun toy, and it looks great on the shelf, and plus, it's just awesome to have Jurassic World's headlining Velociraptor. It's got a ton of detail over the sculpt, and I'm really happy with it. Like I said, one of the better ones. So this video ran a little longer than I expected, and the Dimorphodon unboxing is coming in a separate video. However, I will show it to you loose for a comparison. So here's the items next to each other. I am sleep deprived, and I am not planning out what I'm going to say at all. I don't know if you can tell. Anyways, they're pretty nice looking right next to each other. The Growler itself is noticeably sizier than the Raptor itself is noticeably sizier than the Dimorphodon, but the Dimorphodon isn't bad looking at all. These are really nice looking items, especially for the price. These are such a step up from the Jurassic Park 3 React Attack dinosaurs. The sculpts are better, the poses are better. I won't lie, the React Attack Pteranodons were nice, but the Raptors I didn't care for. This looks much more film accurate. It's probably one of the more film accurate Raptors, if not the most film accurate Raptor we've gotten sculpt-wise. As for the paint job, it's sort of hybridized. It sort of looks like it's a mixture of Charlie's green and Blue's kind of grayish green color. The problem is Blue is the only Velociraptor in the movie with the stripe, as you see here. However, as its name would suggest, in the movie the stripe's blue. For some reason, this one's black and it's using more of a green body rather than the grayish body. As far as I can tell, the Dimorphodon's pretty accurate, but they haven't shown these very much in detail. But it looks good. I'm going to pull out a few size comparisons. Here we have Blue next to the Jurassic Park 3 React Attack Velociraptor. Well, particularly its Camo Extreme variant. Still the same size. As you can see, Blue is actually noticeably sizier than the Jurassic Park 3 dinosaur, which unfortunately, despite the Jurassic Park 3's dinosaur's larger feet, it still stands worse than Blue. Blue has a much more accurate head when you compare it to the Jurassic Park 3 Raptor with the just overall cartoonish look. And if you look at them top down, you'll again get an idea of how much larger Blue is. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the review. Be sure to like and comment, check out my Indominus Rex review if you haven't already, and stay tuned. There's a lot more coming. Visit JurassicWorld.org.